Hey everybody, it's Jason Linse with the Business of Fitness and jasonlinse.com, and I'm here with your Business of Fitness tip for today and then your joke or your fun fact for the day. The Business of Fitness tip, Dan Kennedy. You may know that name. If you don't, I would Google him and check him out. He is a consultant and a business coach. He writes a lot about just business, sales and marketing and business. I guess I would put him in that category of kind of a genius when it comes to that kind of stuff. But the reason I'm bringing him up on this video tip is that you guys have probably seen out there stuff that, the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. That's a book, a best-selling book. But then on Facebook and different social media, LinkedIn and stuff, you'll see articles on the top 5 things that entrepreneurs do, or the top 10 things that successful people do or crabby people don't do, or whatever. And Dan Kennedy wrote an article recently called the one important habit of successful entrepreneurs. And I was like, okay, you got one thing, you got my attention. You get top 10, I'll browse, I'm sure some of you out there watching do. If you have more time, you'll read the whole thing if it's interesting. But when it's just one thing, what is this one thing? What is it? Do I have it? Because he tees it up pretty good. He's like, if you have this, you set yourself up for success. If you don't have this, it's going to be almost impossible. It's punctuality. One thing, punctuality. And he goes on to say when I read that, I thought, is he going to go down the path I think he's going down? I want to be right here. I want to be confirmation bias. And he says, when you're punctual, it gives you the positioning to expect and demand that others treat your time with respect. And it gives you leverage. Think about that for a second. And he goes on to say there's a link between respect for other people's time and respect for other people's opinions, property rights, and agreements, etc. Now, just to finish this, he tells a story about a guy he was going to meet at an airport at a certain time, and he got a notice that the guy was going to be late, and he had to actually meet the guy down at somewhere else in the airport, and he went out. He did something that he shouldn't have done. He admits, which is decided to do business with the guy anyway, and it was predictable. The guy was dishonest. He was just he wasn't. It didn't work out. And so here's the deal. What I'm going to tell you from a personality expert standpoint, which Dan Kennedy doesn't go into that, is that I know there's the 4 quadrants of personality that I teach on, that I assess people on. And there's one quadrant in particular, and I possess it, where it is a challenge for some of those people to be on time, to be punctual. But I've never had a problem with it because I learned from a young age, probably from my mom and my sister, who weren't that quadrant, they were the opposite, that you had to be on time. And then over time, it just stuck in my brain, and I probably read something similar a while ago. It disrespects other people. Show the F up on time. Show up on time, gain people's respect, expect it from them, and you'll just go further in life. So I was happy to hear that because I'm never late. And what I'll finish with is, I think it was Dan Kennedy or a colleague of his that said there's only 2 reasons people should be late. Number 1, they're dead. Number 2, they want to be. So take that for what it's worth. Oh, before we go change some lives, I got a fun fact. I got to share this. The stormtroopers in the original Star Wars are seen in many scenes carrying long blasters. On closer inspection, you can see that the blasters are actually World War II era German MG-42 machine guns that are just modified slightly. So I'm going to go watch Star Wars here, I think, tonight and check that out. Keep changing lives.